Hi everybody, I'm not a farm girl, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a catch you up video for those of you who are new to my channel, and a update for those of you who've been watching for a while. So I'm here in Missouri. I'm in the chicken coop actually, and I am living with my mother and father. Last summer my family, we visited my mom and dad, and after we left, my husband and I had this crazy idea. Could we leave city life? Could we leave our jobs and move to a farm and make a go of it? And here we are about 8 months in, and the girls and I are here with my mom and dad, who graciously let us move in. Chris is still in California trying to sell our house, working, saving money so we could buy our own place. And when we started, I didn't even know what to call what we're doing, but I have since learned that it's called homesteading, which is kind of funny to me because that brings to mind Laura and Alfonso Wilder lined up with all the wagons, and somebody rings a bell or fires a shotgun and they take off after to claim their 40 acres and start from nothing, which is not what we're doing. Modern homesteading is living on your own land, growing your own food, raising your own animals, and being as self-sustaining as possible. Oh, it's getting dusty. Well, I'm going to come back to this later because my dad came in and my kids are calling me, so I'll finish it off later. Yeah. So I started this YouTube channel as a come watch me learn, because I'm not a farm girl, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have a lot of experience, and I have a huge learning curve ahead of me. And it's kind of scary at times, overwhelming for sure, but there's so many resources out there. So that's what my channel is about. If you're looking for experts who've already done it, there are some of those out there. Quite a few, and they're really good. Actually, I'll put some links below in the description. But some of my favorites are Becky's Homestead. She's a woman who moved to Florida and built her own log cabin and homesteads. There's Wranglestar and Mrs. Wranglestar, who are awesome. And Mrs. Wranglestar is cute as a button. Wish I was as cute as her. And Dirt Patch Heaven is another one of my favorites that I subscribe to. What else? Oh yes, why I'm in the chicken coop. So something that I didn't know, which if you live rurally you probably know, but I didn't, is these, sorry girls, these are nesting boxes. These are where the chickens lay their eggs. These are roosts. Chickens do not sleep in their nesting boxes. They sleep on roosts. They roost on them. And underneath the roost, you can probably guess what gathers there, is about a bunch of chicken manure. I started to say something else. We'll go with manure, the nice word. And so my dad and I just shoveled it all into a wheelbarrow and took it into the shed next door, because as soon as our little garden patch is weeded, which my darlings are out there working on now with the help of Lily the goat, then we will be working that into the soil. Now normally if you already have an existing garden, you can't just lay your chicken manure in there, which I didn't know. I actually went on Google, my best friend, my research assistant, and looked it up right before I came in here to find out whether I could do that. You need to compost it. But since our garden is not even started yet, we're going to work it into the soil. And it's been in here for a while, and it's like layers of straw, then chicken stuff, then straw, then chicken stuff. So it's kind of already composted a little bit, and we'll work it into the soil, and then when we get ready to plant, it'll be ready. It rained here yesterday and a couple days ago, so the ground was really soft. So today's the day we are trying to go out there and work the soil. What else is there to tell you guys about? Yes. So something kind of cool happened. A friend of a friend of a friend, so I guess that's 3 or 4 degrees of separation, contacted us. She's a producer of a television show, and so my friend's friend had seen my YouTube channel from Facebook, like linked over to it, and then recommended us to this producer, and they're doing a show about modern homesteading. So Chris and I got on the phone with her and talked for an hour or so, and she watched all my videos, and She actually recommended us to the network for this show that they're getting ready to do about modern homesteading. But the network decided not to go with us, which is fine. I think in the end it came down to Missouri's too temperate of a climate, and we don't have that much at risk because we're living with my parents and, you know, those kind of things. So I think they're looking for something a little more dramatic. People who have to have enough firewood to survive the winter, that kind of thing. That's the impression I got anyway. You know, maybe we weren't drama enough, but, you know, they haven't seen my side, my house. I don't know if I'd want all that on TV anyway. But it was really cool that someone believed in us that much to recommend us to her. And then cool also that she liked us enough to recommend us up to the network. So that was a really fun experience. But the reason I mentioned her is because one of the questions she asked us was interesting to me. She said, if you don't make the show, are you still going to do this? And we were like, yeah, this is our life. This isn't something, we didn't set out, oh, let's become famous and be a TV show. We set out to get out of the rat race, to get out of living paycheck to paycheck, to be our own bosses. And if we have to work that hard and that many hours, at least we're working for ourselves and we're together and our family is doing it. So that's what we are doing. And my camera shut off in the middle of filming. I think I might be running out of space, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, favorite, and comment. I'm not a farm girl.